The Power of Silence and Slowness. The Buddhist Path to Healing Without Drugs or Stress, Part 7. In silence, we find the truth that the noise of the world has obscured. Buddha. In today's fast-paced world, we're constantly surrounded by noise. Not just the external clamor, but the internal hum as well, from the buzzing of technology to the endless chatter of our minds. It can feel like we're drowning in a sea of constant activity. But in all this rush, we risk losing something crucial, something that lies just beneath the surface, our connection to the present moment. Our deeper selves, silence, slowness, and spiritual connection. These are powerful healing tools. They offer us the chance to reconnect with our inner peace, to listen to the wisdom that lives within our body and mind, and to find clarity in the midst of chaos. In this section, we'll explore something transformative, how silence and slowness aren't just practices, they're remedies. Remedies that allow us to heal in ways modern medicine can't. The power of silence, the medicine of stillness. In Buddhism, silence isn't just the absence of sound. It's a presence in itself. Silence isn't merely empty space, it's a vital, nourishing energy. A space where we can reconnect with our deepest selves and the world around us. When we embrace silence, we step into a realm of profound stillness, a space where we can truly listen. Not just with our ears, but with our hearts, our minds, and our entire being. In silence, we can hear the gentle whispers of our hearts, the subtle messages our bodies are sending us, and the deep wisdom of the universe itself. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, we're constantly bombarded with noise. The clamor of technology, the endless chatter in our minds, the constant demands on our time and energy. It all contributes to a state of distraction, a rush of constant movement. But it is only in stillness that we can truly listen, reflect, and awaken to the truth that lies within us. Silence offers us a rare opportunity to reflect, to connect, to awaken. When we step away from the noise and clutter of our everyday lives, we create space, space to understand, space to heal, space to grow. In this sacred space of silence, we can observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, allowing them to come and go freely without attachment. This practice of silence is one of the most powerful forms of healing we have. It helps us release the constant pressure of external distractions and return to the center of who we truly are. In those quiet moments, we begin to hear truths that are often drowned out by the chaos of our busy world. Truths about our emotions, our thoughts, and our true nature. Through silence, we reclaim the peace that has always been within us. By slowing down and embracing stillness, we hear the wisdom of our bodies and minds, guiding us back to balance and harmony. And in that stillness, we uncover the profound healing potential that's always been there, waiting for us to listen. Slowness as a path to healing. In today's fast-paced world, we are constantly bombarded with pressure. Do more, work more, achieve more, consume more. From deadlines to digital distractions, the world moves faster every day. And we find ourselves caught in this perpetual rush. In a society that glorifies speed and productivity, we have forgotten one of the most profound tools for healing, the power of slowness. In our rush culture, we often overlook the beauty of slowing down. But when we consciously choose to slow down, we allow ourselves to breathe, to create space in our lives to pause and reflect, to be present with ourselves and the world around us. We step out of the cycle of endless striving and into a more peaceful, intentional existence. Slowness isn't about being lazy or unproductive. It's not about doing nothing. It's about doing everything with mindfulness and presence. Slowness is a practice of honoring each moment as it is, without rushing to the next task or distraction. When we slow down, we start to savor the small, everyday moments we often take for granted. The taste of food, the touch of a loved one, the sound of birds singing, the warmth of the sun on our skin, the quiet stillness of nature. In slowing down, we give ourselves permission to experience life fully, instead of simply passing through it. We allow ourselves to be in the moment, without the constant pressure of time looming over us. Slowness creates room for rest, for reflection, and for reconnecting with the things that matter most in our lives. It's through this practice of slowness that we find space for healing. Our bodies, minds, and spirits need time to recover, reflect, and renew. And slowing down gives us that time. When we rush through life, we lose sight of our own needs. But when we choose slowness, we honor our inner rhythms and allow ourselves to heal in ways that constant movement and busyness cannot provide. By embracing slowness, we step onto a path of healing that leads to deeper understanding, greater peace, and a more balanced life. It's in these moments of pause that we reconnect with our essence, remember our purpose, and find the stillness that holds the key to true healing. Spiritual connection through silence and slowness. In Buddhism, the ultimate aim is to achieve mindfulness, a state of full presence in each moment, with awareness and clarity. Mindfulness is not just about noticing the world around us. It's about connecting with it on a deeper, more profound level. It's about returning to our true nature, a nature that is calm, peaceful, and deeply connected to everything that exists. But in our fast-paced, noisy world, we often forget how to reconnect with this true nature. We get caught up in the noise of our thoughts, the demands of daily life, and the constant rush to do more. In such a world, silence and slowness become essential practices for reawakening our inner stillness and fostering a spiritual connection with ourselves and the world around us. By embracing silence and slowness, we create a space where mindfulness can flourish. Silence is not simply the absence of sound, but the presence of awareness. It's the space where we can hear the whispers of our inner wisdom, the subtle messages from our body, and the truths that are often drowned out by the constant noise of the external world. When we slow down, we step out of the whirlwind of constant activity and into a place of stillness, where we can listen deeply to the world, both within and around us. When we embrace both silence and slowness, we begin to open the door to spiritual connection. This connection is not just with ourselves, but with everything around us. We start to feel the interconnectedness of all beings, all things, and the universe as a whole. It's a recognition that we are not separate from the world, but a part of it. And in this realization, we find peace, harmony, and a deeper understanding of our place in the world. In the silence, we are reminded that our essence is not just in what we do, but in how we are. In the slowness, we rediscover the sacredness of each moment, appreciating the world and ourselves. With a sense of wonder and gratitude, this practice of stillness and presence allows us to tap into a deeper spiritual connection that is always available to us if we choose to listen. So when we slow down and embrace the silence, we not only find peace within ourselves, but we also open ourselves to the profound spiritual connection that is available in every moment. It's through this connection that we find true healing, joy, and a deep sense of belonging in this vast, interconnected world. Mindful walking, finding peace in every step. One of the most beautiful and accessible practices in Buddhism is mindful walking, a simple yet profound way to integrate mindfulness into our daily lives. It's not just about walking from one place to another. It's about walking with full awareness, making each step a practice of presence and connection. Mindful walking is exactly as it sounds, walking with full awareness of the present moment. Each step you take becomes an opportunity to connect with your body, your breath, and the world around you. As you walk, focus on the sensation of your feet touching the earth, the rhythm of your breath moving in and out, and the subtle movements of your body as it moves forward. This practice of mindful walking is a powerful reminder. Every step is an opportunity to be present. It's not about rushing from point A to point B, but about being fully immersed in the experience of walking itself. When we practice mindful walking, we slow down, allowing ourselves to be in tune with the world around us. And most importantly, with ourselves, it invites us to pause, take a breath, and notice the simple beauty of movement and stillness. Through mindful walking, we reconnect with the present moment and embrace the healing power of slowness. Each step becomes a prayer, a meditation, and a reminder that peace is always available to us, right here and right now. This practice brings us back to the earth, helping us feel grounded, balanced, and centered. Mindful walking helps us to quiet our minds, release distractions, and move in harmony with our surroundings. Whether you're walking in a park, down the street, or simply across the room, each step is an invitation to be mindful, to embrace stillness, and to cultivate inner peace. So next time you take a walk, remember, it's not just about reaching your destination, it's about the journey itself. With every step, you bring yourself closer to the present moment and experience peace, mindfulness, and connection with every movement. Silence and slowness in modern life. In today's fast-paced world, it often feels like there is no room for silence or slowness. We're constantly moving, physically, mentally, and emotionally, caught in the relentless pace of modern life. From the rush of our daily responsibilities to the distractions of technology, it can seem impossible to carve out moments of stillness. But the truth is, in this whirlwind, we cannot afford to overlook the profound power of silence and slowing down. Taking time for silence during our day is essential. It allows us to recharge both mentally and physically, whether it's just a few minutes of deep breathing before a meeting, sitting in quiet reflection in the morning, or taking a pause before bed. Silence offers a chance to reset our mind and body. These moments of stillness create a sanctuary amidst the noise of life, allowing us to clear the clutter and reconnect with our inner peace. Slowing down doesn't mean we need to stop everything we're doing. It simply means being intentional with our time. It's about recognizing when we need rest, and more importantly, honoring our body's need for pause. In a world that glorifies productivity, the true power lies in knowing when to slow down and savor the present moment. It's about being present with ourselves, with the people around us, and with life as it unfolds, without rushing through it. In Buddhism, the practice of stillness is not just a luxury, it is essential for deep spiritual growth. In moments of silence, we create the space for wisdom and insight to arise. When we become still, we stop being controlled by the constant stream of thoughts and distractions. We begin to see things as they truly are, without the filter of our ego or the noise of our racing minds. In these moments of quiet, we can access a deeper awareness, where clarity and truth emerge naturally. Silence and slowness are not opposites of action. They are a form of action in themselves. They are the means by which we cultivate inner strength, presence, and wisdom. By embracing stillness and taking time to slow down, We open ourselves to deeper understanding, compassion, and the space for healing. These practices invite us to slow down, breathe, and become more attuned to the flow of life, fostering greater peace and balance in the chaos of the modern world. The healing power of nature. One of the most profound ways to connect with silence and slowness is through nature. Nature offers us a sanctuary, a chance to step away from the relentless noise and chaos of modern life, and reconnect with the stillness and beauty that the natural world provides. In nature, we find a sacred space where we can breathe deeply, clear our minds, and rediscover our inner peace. Whether it's a peaceful walk in the park, a tranquil hike through the mountains, or simply sitting by the edge of a calm sea, nature has an unparalleled ability to soothe our spirits and calm our minds. The rhythmic sound of waves crashing, the rustle of leaves in the wind, or the gentle chirping of birds. These sounds remind us of life's simplicity and harmony. Nature allows us to experience the present moment, without the weight of the world's distractions. In these moments of connection, we are reminded of the profound beauty of just being. The natural world is always there for us, constant, patient, and ever still. It is a space that allows us to exist without rushing, without judgment, and without the pressure of time. By immersing ourselves in nature, we create the opportunity to let go of the fast pace of modern life and simply be. It offers us a pause, a refuge, and a space to reconnect with our own essence. In Buddhism, nature is often seen as a reflection of the mind. Just as the ocean remains calm and peaceful when undisturbed, so too can our minds remain still and serene when not cluttered by distractions. The practice of connecting with nature is a form of meditation. It teaches us to quiet the constant chatter of our minds and to return to a state of clarity. Nature's rhythm, its inherent stillness, helps us return to our center, reminding us of our ability to find peace within. Nature also invites us into the present moment in a way that is simple, direct, and healing. There are no expectations, no demands, just the pure experience of being in the world. In this sacred space, we can learn to slow down and embrace the healing power of the natural world, allowing it to restore our balance, refresh our minds, and renew our spirits. Through nature, we discover that silence and slowness are not merely practices, but pathways to profound healing and deep connection with the world and ourselves. Let me share the story of Thomas, a man who spent most of his life in a rush. He was always on the go, working long hours, attending meetings, balancing family responsibilities. His life was a whirlwind, filled with endless tasks and to-do lists. Despite having everything he thought he wanted, a successful career, a loving family, and financial stability, there was always a sense of emptiness. He felt disconnected, as if something vital was missing, but he didn't know what it was. Over time, the stress of his fast-paced life began to take its toll. He was diagnosed with high blood pressure and chronic stress, both of which were increasingly affecting his health and his ability to enjoy life. His doctor told him that his lifestyle, the constant rush, the lack of rest, and the absence of meaningful stillness was severely compromising his well-being. At a crossroads, Thomas realized something. If he continued at this pace, his health would only worsen, and the emptiness would only grow. He decided to try something different, something he had never considered before: mindfulness. He started small, dedicating just 10 minutes each morning to sit in silence. He closed his eyes, focused on his breath, and tried to slow the chaotic thoughts racing through his mind. At first, it felt strange. His mind was so accustomed to the noise, the constant activity, and the sense of urgency. Stillness felt foreign, almost uncomfortable. But as the days passed, Thomas began to feel the power of that simple practice. He also incorporated mindful walking into his routine. Instead of rushing from one task to the next, he paid attention to every step. He focused on the sensation of his feet touching the earth, the rhythm of his breath, and the movements of his body. This practice grounded him in the present moment, allowing him to escape the grip of his thoughts and the stress of the past and future. Slowly, Thomas noticed a significant change. His stress levels dropped. His health began to improve. He felt lighter, more at ease, but the most profound shift was emotional. He began to reconnect with himself, his body, his thoughts, his emotions. For the first time in years, he experienced a deep sense of inner peace. Thomas came to realize that silence and slowness weren't luxuries. They were essential to his healing journey. By slowing down and embracing the stillness, he discovered a powerful remedy for the pressures and distractions of modern life. He had found a way to reconnect with the world around him, in a way that was nourishing and restorative. Mindfulness became his tool for self-care, helping him heal in ways no pill or treatment ever could. In the end, Thomas understood. Healing wasn't just about fixing what was broken. It was about learning to be present in the moment, embracing the peace that comes with silence, and finding purpose in the slowness of life. In our busy world, we often forget the power of stillness. We rush through life, moving from one task to the next, never pausing to breathe, reflect, or reconnect with ourselves. But healing requires us to slow down, to be present, and listen to the silence within. In that silence, we hear the wisdom of the body, the needs of the soul, and the call to return to wholeness. As we continue our healing journey, let us remember this. Silence is not the absence of sound. It is the presence of being. It is the space where we reconnect with our true selves, where we can hear the whispers of our soul and the wisdom that lies deep within us. Silence is not something to fear or avoid. It is the gateway to deeper truths about life. Truths that are often drowned out by the constant noise around us. Slowness, on the other hand, is not laziness. It is the practice of mindfulness, of being fully present in each moment. Slowing down enough to appreciate the small, beautiful moments of life. Moments that often pass us by in our rush to get to the next task. In slowness, we stop and savor the present. We breathe. We listen. We reconnect with what truly matters. And in that presence, we find healing. In today's modern world, where everything moves at lightning speed, and we are constantly bombarded with distractions, we must reclaim the medicine of silence and slowness. These practices are not luxuries. They are essential tools for healing, growth, and spiritual connection. By taking the time to slow down, to embrace the quiet, we create space for peace, for health, and for deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. So take a moment today to slow down. Embrace the silence and allow yourself to connect with your inner peace. In doing so, you will discover the profound healing power that lies within, ready to guide you to a life filled with more presence, more calm, and more clarity. In silence and slowness, we heal, we grow, and we thrive.